It was a disaster. We know it was a disaster. You've made this point 13 times.
This market took advantage of the fact that our market had so much influence and we had so many eyeballs and such a big audience, but we knew nothing about it, right? So very easy to manipulate us, take advantage of us, use us as exit liquidity, et cetera, et cetera.
But she was getting advice from potentially people like Mark Cuban and Logan Paul.
We finished a podcast that day, and then I ended up going in that room over there to get on that live where I was like scripted to say this, that, and the other, but put it in my own words. So I done that, and then that's when you got on and you were asking him questions and he couldn't answer them. So I was like, okay, something's wrong. He can't answer a simple question.
She actually asked a really smart question. A really thoughtful, I'm trying to understand question, and you fucking guys don't know the answer, and you're still talking. You guys remember this? You guys remember this girl? You guys remember this chick? You guys remember this?
Move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck to and spit on that thing. You get me?
How do you get over a breakup? Y'all get over a breakup right
The
now?
only way to get over one is get under. Amen.
So you got a side piece.
Maybe I got 3. Maybe I got 7.
How many is on your...
So she wasn't very popular on the internet for this instance of her that went viral. That's because most of the internet is made up of a bunch of like losers that hide in their room all day. Like this is like a fun girl to meet at a bar, 100%. Like if you were going, like this is somebody you want to be around if you're going out and trying to have a good time, not taking themselves too seriously. This is how normal people act, honestly. And anyone who interacted with this outside of the internet, like they liked her. That was the general consensus. Like normal, average people like talk to her. The internet really didn't like her, and old people didn't like her. So that was something that those two parties could they could be a part of. And from this, she blew up to a level from this meme. She's like one of these rare instances where one of these people have like 15 seconds of fame, and they're able to successfully like launch a career off of it. So I am drinking tonight, and I'm doing it out of my sippy cup so I don't make a mess. But Haley Welch, pretty young. Hawk Tuah girl, Haley Welch. She is public. She's a public figure at this point. She went public. Interesting birthday. 22 years old, young girl, not internet person, going out person. That's how she became famous. Okay, like I'm trying to stress to you that she's things that might be obvious and well known to someone that frequents the internet. I would not expect this person to be knowledgeable in these things other than passing knowledge. And I want people to kind of remember that. You're thinking of things like, I think people forget with Hawk Tuah that she was not like an internet person. She was like a very average, like normie girl that like was just starting to like get to like, she just got old enough to go out the bar. She was having fun. That's how she got famous in the first place. Bar hopping, it looks like here, going up to interviews, being funny, being goofy, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So then she launches a podcast. This seemed to be Hawk Tuah's, like, this is going to be my thing. This is where I'm going to make my money. This is how I'm going to monetize my 15 seconds of fame. And it was, people all hated on this podcast because a bunch of grimy internet commentators such as myself, they all just wanted to take this as an opportunity to shit on this person. And I got to tell you, this is exactly what I would expect. Like, how can I be funny without being like overtly offensive? A white girl. This is a white girl podcast, There's nothing wrong with that. There's an audience for this, clearly, because we're, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, we're past the point where it's a meme, right? First episodes did better than these, but near the end here, she was stagnating at like 300,000 views. So like, there's clearly a demand for this podcast, blah, 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 blah. But more importantly, let's look at the guests. Jake Paul. Okay. At some point, she was wrapped up with Logan Paul. She was promoting Lunchly a lot. So she was definitely, you can definitely tell that whoever picked her up, whoever she chose to get into contact with, they were like Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, if we're going to use Logan Paul as the greatest example, some pieces of shit, some garbage human beings got a hold of her here, and she honestly had a pretty good take on this. Like she wasn't like she was like, I don't give a fuck. Like watch this. This is like her intro video. All right.
She's literally doing anything to stay relevant.
Does anyone actually give a fuck about her?
Why are we keeping this girl relevant?
Your 15 minutes are up.
Your joke was funny for 2 days. Stop.
Y'all really thought I was done? I'm just getting started, baby. It smells warm. F you.
Yeah.
What's one move in bed that makes a girl go crazy? I'm Haley Welch. A little.
So yeah, I don't know. I think she handled the rise to fame very well. I was like a defender of Tuah. Okay, that's all I'm trying to make the point of right here. And there's certain ways that she speaks and certain things that she did that they just weren't for the type of audience that usually is critical. Like a commentator, like most commentators just tore her apart. And honestly, I thought a lot of it was bullshit. Thought a lot of the criticism was pretty unjust. This is clearly material made for people like more and more normal people. All right, more normies, the normies, white women, wine drinkers. Okay. So I was a Tuah fan, you know. And then the crypto happened. So this is where things started to fall apart from her. Basically, she launched a crypto coin, all right, and it was a rug pull. And I'm speaking out of CoffeeZilla's findings here. I don't know a lot about crypto, but I tend to believe what CoffeeZilla has to say about these things. A lot of people lost money on this cryptocurrency because a lot of her fans, they're not internet people. They don't really know better. But yeah, remember, Haley Welch was not an internet person either. So you could debate she didn't know any better. That doesn't make it right. I still think you need to be held responsible, you know, for your actions. But to pretend like we can't see that Haley Welch was like more of a normie that may not have fully understood what crypto projects tended to be on the internet is bullshit. And to act like just because there were people reaching out to her that like nobody's reaching out to her, saying this is a bad thing is kind of bullshit too, because for all she knows, you know, at this point she was in contact with people like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, people that invest in crypto and do crypto, and they're successful. And as far as she's concerned, you know, her attitude was similar to theirs, where it's like, fuck the haters, I'm doing my thing. I'm listening to people that actually make money, not losers on the internet. I think in most cases that's probably the best attitude to have. Unfortunately, she let herself get suckered into this crypto rug pull. Went real bad for her. Her attitude was terrible. Here's a little segment I plays here in the beginning. I want you to listen to her. This is where like her attitude became like, okay, now you're just being ignorant. This isn't you telling the haters to fuck off. Okay. This is you now being ignorant.
Today we're breaking down the Tuah scam, exactly how it happened, and I'm going to confront the people behind it. Well, I did last night, and let me just say, it didn't go very well.
Happy to answer any
I have questions. I have questions. I'm raising my hand. Hey, guys.
Now, keep in mind here, this does not justify her actions, but the people that she has surrounded herself, like Logan Paul, for instance, they're literally suing CoffeeZilla. So I'm sure the people that would be mentoring her at this point, they would already have warned her about CoffeeZilla. The crypto people have already warned her about CoffeeZilla. So keep that in mind. I am trying to give her, I haven't watched the new leak stuff we're going to get into because I do have the video. We're going to watch it. But I'm just trying to make the point. I'm trying to hammer it in. This is not your average internet person, okay? Their approach and how they got their status online was very unique, and she was surrounded with a lot of people that a normal person would, you know, see as like a good person to be bringing her up. And quite frankly, they were good people to be bringing her up. Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, are you kidding me? These are people that can make or break somebody. They can give someone a career. Unfortunately, they also like crypto, and that was her downfall. But yeah, listen to this attitude. Listen to how immature she acted here. This is unacceptable.
CoffeeZilla.
Hey, this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
Profiting from the rug pull, I think it's relevant.
We didn't pull a rug. I don't know what you're trying to say. It's not true. That's defamation.
Doc,
You're saying
do the math. Do the math.
Defamation. You're saying that we pulled a rug. There was no rug pulled.
There's a better part coming up. Hold on. But listen to how Haley ends the call, dude. It's worth it. It's worth it. Okay, listen to this piece of shit ramble and ramble and ramble on. Accused of rug pulling. Let me point to you like this: accused of stealing, and then says he didn't steal. Yeah, no shit. Okay, basically.
You're defaming our character.
Are you not gonna let me talk? You just talk over me. You talk over me.
I'm hearing bullshit.
Yeah, these people were completely
Where is
unhinged,
it? Come on.
unwilling.
I don't need to hear
People
the whole
are
thing.
confused with. He tried to stop. Hey, you can see on.
I want you to hear the
And
best
then
part.
those
He's basically here explaining how it's a rug pull. And honestly, I don't know enough about this stuff to greenlight it. But a lot of people, CoffeeZilla is like an authority on these issues. I'll take his word for it until someone comes up with damning evidence otherwise. Where is it? There's such a good... Well, she ends the call in the most... If it weren't that she is genuinely at fault, I would say she ended the call in the most baller way possible.
Not a
It's
scheme.
crazy.
That's the
Who's making fees?
So we can keep this thing going for years. Okay, that's how do you think? There's so many expenses.
Who makes the money on the fees? Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
Wait, hey, CoffeeZilla. I'm not asking you, questions that are irrelevant to the most important stuff that you said. Who cares where fees go? It goes to Bill.
Human. I will go ahead and highlight there were two other moments. Faze Banks got up and called these guys out, which is...
So Faze Banks, who's going to be the one confronting Hawk2 in this leaked video, he's been on this shit since day one. His whole deal, and I don't know whether it's legitimate or not, but he's like, I'm the crypto good guy. I'm going to prove to the world that crypto is good, and I'm going to call out people who give it a bad name, and that's what he was doing here.
Funny.
This 100% was a mismanaged, mislaunched. Like this is took what CoffeeZilla said. I would label this a scam as well. It's pretty obvious. Like CoffeeZilla brought up, 97% of the token was bundled into the same cluster. And in layman's terms, that just basically means 97% of all the tokens owned were by related wallets, friends of friends of friends of friends. They were
No, that's not true. It's not true.
Yeah, yes, it is true.
False.
Yes, no, it's 100% true.
So we have two people from different sides of the internet here that are they're into crypto. They're both coming to the same conclusion that this was a scam. There was malicious intent. I also just wanted to demonstrate that. I don't know enough crypto to confirm that, but the evidence seems pretty strong.
And then also Nick O'Neill, who is another crypto Twitter guy, he got up there and he asked them basically.
Hold on, there's a funny part coming. I will find it. We will watch it.
For the token price itself.
It comes out of nowhere. I wasn't in the call, but I was watching.
But just in terms of the fact that there's fees that are being generated, there's an actual
Hey
source
guys,
of income.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay. I guess for
he goes to bed, dude. In the middle of this catastrophe, this crypto coin that got rug pulled. Normal people. That's the worst part, right? Haley's audience was not internet people who are savvy to this type of thing. They were normal people that totally were like the prime audience to be scammed here. So like, I'm gonna make up a number here. To be fair, I would assume millions of dollars were stolen from people here. Essentially, that's how I will describe it. And Haley in the middle of this like huge like public this is the equivalent to a press conference in the internet age. This is a cryptocurrency. They're on a public speaking forum. Then they're doing a press conference over what the hell happened here. And the person that's like the face of the whole operation goes, "Hey, by the way, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. I'm going to bed. Night." Just fucking, and just goes to sleep, bro. And then that brings us to where we are today. Because a long time has passed. This is about 2 months ago this all went down. And just today, this morning, I believe, the Hawk2 podcast posted an episode with Faze Banks that goes over the Hawk2 coin, where Faze Banks directly confronts, what it seems, Haley Welch on the Hawk2 coin. And it immediately got deleted. It was put up and immediately privated. So this is like leaked material. So we are going to react to it. I do have the video. And I just wanted to get all that context. That's where I'm coming from with this. I can see how Tuah could have been taken advantage of here. And, you know, the way she handles internet backlash that typically, oh my God, I'm sorry, man. I'm drinking my Jack and Coke. The way she handled internet backlash, which I would say was actually based and cool, you know, because people were hating her for no reason. That kind of made her look like a giant bitch, scam artist, like ignorant asshole, when she was the face of a coin that scammed innocent people out of millions of dollars. So I'm kind of curious to see how much she's going to own up to. I'm going to see if there's any questions here asked that can give us an idea of how much Tuah really knew going into this. Because I'm going into it with the assumption that she didn't really know. She didn't really know, and she had an attitude towards internet drama she had developed that was actually a good thing up to when there was legitimate criticism, and then she just, I don't care, made her look awful. But let's see if there's any chance of redemption here for this person, because she was on top of the world, man. She was on top of the world. She was on celebrity poker matches. She was collaborating with the biggest stars in internet entertainment, online entertainment. And she kind of all went to shit. Oh, I can download this video. I guess I'm downloading the video now. Okay, let's play it though.
Hello guys, I'm back with another episode of Talk To, and I'm here with Banks.
There he is.
Oh, by the way, maybe later. I gotta upgrade.
It's going good.
This is Nick O'Neill on Twitter. He reposted this. So props to Nick O'Neill. And if you need the footage, there it is.
Good. Life's crazy right now. I don't know. I say no to every single fucking podcast. The ongoing joke on Impulsive that I stood them up 4 or 5 times. This isn't necessarily my thing, but you're in an interesting position right now. And I feel like it's my duty to come on here and talk to you. You seem like a sweet enough girl. And I feel like I know more or less what happened with you. We're going to get into all that. I brought a couple crypto nerds with me. We're going to sit down and talk.
Teach me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel good. How do you feel?
See, I'm already
I'm still a little shook up about it.
How was the nap?
I really do think she got fucked over. I think she got fucked over. I really do feel that way. I don't know. I want to see how she responds. I hope Faze grills her a little bit. But I would totally believe that she had no fucking clue. She's like a normal girl. She literally became famous because she did an interview at while bar hopping, right? She's like a normal person, and people on the internet don't understand that. They're like, how could you not know that crypto would be a scam? Because not everybody's on the internet all day, you fucking nerd. How about that? You know?
It's a very long nap. I would say that's what sucks about it too. I had to read that off a phone and like put it in my words, and I was like, anywho, I'm going to bed.
This is mainly for me, and again, why I wanted to come here and talk about this is because millions of people are going to watch this. Everybody's kind of waiting to hear what you say. Everyone's kind of waiting to see how this plays out. And 99% of these people don't know shit about crypto. Just like you. And I'm
one of them.
Just like you, exactly.
See, I don't know about crypto, to be fair.
Exactly. And the ongoing joke on CT,
like I'm not, like I will be honest, like I'm gonna use my best judgment here, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know enough about crypto to fact check anything.
Right now is like, if she just did this 2 days after Trump, she'd be okay.
Purely checking the vibes.
Exactly.
Which isn't necessarily true because of the way it was done, and that's kind of the whole point, right? There's a right and a wrong way to do this, and if you have interest, it's mostly important that your network and the people that you trust to walk into this market are exactly that, people that you can trust.
I think that's where I messed up.
For sure. I can only imagine.
I think that's where she messed up too. I think she was working with Logan Paul. He's like the most prolific crypto scam artist of all time, and she was like in contact with him. I mean, I think a bunch of people really took advantage of her. Yeah.
Fuck crypto. I can only imagine stepping into everything.
Well, she didn't know, then she shouldn't have supported it. Well, dude, but like she did know, kind of, because normal people know about crypto. Normal people know about Bitcoin. Normal people know that like 13-year-old nerds invested in Bitcoin and became billionaires. They don't go on the internet and watch videos and CoffeeZilla all day and understand that like this turned into a giant crypto like scam racket. So she knows what crypto is. She's not acquainted well with how the internet works and internet culture, stuff like that. And like she's talking to people like Mark Cuban, who's invested in crypto, like all these very, very, very successful figures that all love crypto. And then you think that she was going to listen to some random fucking nerd on Twitter that was telling her otherwise? Like clearly she was wrong, but I can completely see how she could have been taken advantage of here, 100%.
I think that your life's been the last year and the amount of time that you have been. I've been doing this whole social media content thing at a high level for like 15 years. I'm officially fucking like Unk. And I still don't, have it totally figured out. Someone like you, and my shit was gradual. I like gradually got to where I am today, and you were like fucking parabolic.
I want to start by saying thank you to all my true fans and all the people that actually watch my stuff and they keep up with me.
We're watching this video in like 720p, and you can see the bags under her eyes. Like I think she actually got torn up over this. I really do. I hate to keep clouting her the hell up, but like that's legitimately how I feel about the situation. I think she got dragged through the fucking mud. I think a bunch of people took advantage of her, used her IP, scammed a bunch of people. She had no fucking clue what was going on. They all bailed, and now everything she had, like imagine you become famous, you just don't know any better. People take advantage of you, and now your name is shit. Like I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her, man, unless I'm really reading it wrong.
We're trying to sort out all the pieces and stuff to like get all this figured out and make everything right. Oh my God, I'm going to cry.
No, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Everything's going to be good. We're going to be good.
Well, then people are like, too, like trying to make everything right? People act like Tuah like became famous overnight. Like, how much money could she have saved up at this point? She's not like Logan Paul where she could just pay back everybody their money. She wasn't even the main person to take the money away from this. Like, I don't think. The money that got taken here was split. Like, the people that helped her make it, they were the main people, I'm sure, that took the money away. I doubt she came out with nothing, right? She clearly was holding some coins, I would assume. But she doesn't have, I'm sure, I would not be shocked if she does not have the liquid assets to just pay everybody back the money they lost. And to be fair, if you invested in Tuah coin, that is kind of stupid. Like before you invest a substantial amount of money in anything, you should like look into it more. I know it's rich because I'm kind of defending Tuah here, but she was getting advice from potentially people like Mark Cuban and Logan Paul that were telling her this is probably a good move. MeJoeShmoe buying $10,000 of Tuah coin was not. That's the difference. Okay.
And guys, listen, just as a temperature check, I just want to say,
ignorance is no excuse, especially if you put your name on a product. What if some of the most influential and successful figures are all telling you it's a good idea? That, like, you're telling me it's not adequate research? You're telling me if Mark Cuban tells you it's a good idea, that's like not an acceptable excuse that Mark fucking Cuban told you that crypto was a good thing? Are you serious?
The first thing that she said to me off camera was, the minute you DM me, I really wish I just texted you and called you. And that speaks to me because of how I was introduced to crypto, and we'll get into that. But I'm also kind of on the back end of things too. Like, their team's been very forthcoming. My team is vetting them the fuck out right now and has been for the last week. Thread Guy and Frank, they're going to be on this episode. It's such a weird blend and mash of worlds. No,
it rolled out.
Don't cry, Haley. It's fine. It's all going to be okay. Life is going to be okay. Oh, Haley, no.
Oh, don't do that. Don't stare at me.
No.
See, I go back and forth with Faze. I don't know. People call him a crypto scammer. I don't know of any specific instances of him being involved in a crypto scam. And the thing is, anyone who likes crypto is immediately labeled as a scammer online because people are fucking idiots. Like, I just doubt that every single person that enjoys crypto is like, has the intent to scam. I just doubt that. There has to be some utility to it. There has to be. Otherwise, it would have never became a thing. The problem is it got hijacked by like bad actors. So like the utility is now being taken advantage of to scam people, right?
No.
You just
You're adorable.
Just give us a minute.
Okay. It's gonna be okay.
Well, so basically, how this idea got brought to me, it was supposed to be like a, what they call it, a long-term coin. And the guy that ran the account, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna change like the way everybody thinks of crypto. Crypto is gonna be a good place." And I feel really bad for all the people that got affected by it, and it just didn't go the way I planned. And all the money out of this episode is getting donated to all the animals that have
See?
been affected by the fires up here.
Oh, wait.
And I'll match it. Me, Ricky, I'll match it, whatever. It's really, really important for me to
She just needs to take accountability. Honest to God. I can completely believe this was a mistake. Hi, Bagel.
make sure that we address everything and get through all of exactly what
I don't think she's a bad person. I've not seen anything enough.
happened. I think that it's really, really important at this point to be totally transparent about everything that happened with you and your partners and this launch and in crypto and what makes this bad and what makes what Iggy Azalea is doing maybe even good and what makes Trump's doing different, right? I want to get through all that. So I brought 2 guys that I live with and do this crypto shit at a very high level. I brought Thread Guy, he's the biggest streamer in crypto, and I brought Frank D Gods, who launched a very successful project last cycle.
Dude, I really wish I cared more about crypto, because I genuinely don't know if these people are worth listening to. But like I said, I also don't know anything bad. And I just want to hear her story. I could give a fuck less about the crypto. A scam's a scam, and I believe she could have gotten suckered into fucking promoting a scam. And that's what I'm mostly here for. So I hope that Faze presses her at some point here, that we can start to understand like how this all went down. Like I said from the beginning, I totally can believe she got roped into some bullshit. Like it was, and the way it went down could, like, I've been through it before. She was associating with people that like would promote crypto, Mark Cuban, Logan Paul, blah, blah, blah. And I had in chat earlier, Dave pointed out, if you put your name on a product, there's no excuse. And I push back on that heavily, because she's sitting on her podcast with fucking Mark Cuban. You're telling me like there might be some niche bullshit with Mark Cuban that would make an internet person that was like super into it know that he's not the person to listen to. But Mark Cuban, super successful entrepreneur, tells you that crypto is a really good thing to get into. And you're not like, you don't think that's an acceptable person to take advice from? You don't think that like there's reasoning to believe that crypto is good, especially if you're a normie like Hawk Tuah? Really?
And he trades at a very high level. He's one of the best trencher traders.
Hey, Jabal.
Guys, these guys are really, really sharp, and they know this market inside.
I'd accept every contract that was given to me after I got famous. I would probably even do a crypto. I don't give a fuck. And I would sit here on a podcast and promote it and tell you, if you want to lose all your fucking money and be an idiot, buy my crypto. I'm working with really shitty people, and they're definitely going to scam everybody. And then if people still bought it, that's your fucking problem. That's how I feel about it. I have no sympathy. That's the thing. You'll twist it on me and you'll say, oh, well, you're saying that Hawk Tuah can't be held accountable. Well, no, she should be held accountable, but you're saying it's reasonable that she was ignorant, but it's not reasonable that the people investing money in Hawk Tuah, it's not reasonable that they were ignorant. No, because the people investing in Hawk Tuah are MeJoeShmoe. Okay? You shouldn't be just investing thousands of dollars into anything that some random influencer told you to invest in. Hawk Tuah is getting advice from some of the most influential, successful people of our fucking generation telling her to do fucking crypto. So there's a huge difference there in who we're getting information from and why we're making our decisions.
And most important.
Yeah, they deleted this episode. Yes, this is a deleted episode. This is exclusive.
They have front-facing brands, and their faces are everywhere, and we're all doxxed, and we all have to move.
It went up for like a second, like a couple like minutes, and then it immediately got deleted.
Militant, and we're all super, super passionate about conversations like this, because crypto done right is good for everybody, and everything that happened to you is really, really bad for the market. It's really, really bad for us. I hear everything that you're saying, and you're a human being first, and no matter which way this falls, I mean, it might not ever be in a spot where it's totally good. You might have to hear about this for the rest of your life. Probably. But let's just be transparent and make it right.
Okay. No, I don't think that's being a sellout. Being a sellout is when you sell game theory off to a company. Like, if there's no way you can call me a sellout for promoting product on my channel, and you're not going to call Matt Pat a sellout for selling game theory. There's no fucking way you're going to get away with that.
Haley, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Cool. Let's bring in the nerds.
Can I have my tissue? Go. All right, you guys. I only got one sponsor left because there's some real ones, and they've stuck with me since every bit of this started. Game Time believes in me, y'all, and I believe in them.
Game Time's more loyal than most of y'all's mans out here.
Yeah, some of those guys just leave at the first opportunity they get. Not Game Time.
Hell yeah, this podcast ain't going.
I don't think she'll face legal consequences, Jabalin, because Logan Paul hasn't faced legal consequences, and that was like fucking insane levels of clear incompetence.
Going nowhere, and neither are them.
I don't know why this episode got deleted. I haven't looked into it, but it obviously was sponsored and everything. So I don't know why it got deleted. I really don't. Maybe you can look into that later.
Game time deals.
Game Time gives you the best price guarantee, and Talk To Her gives you the best damn time. So if you can't decide what to do for shit like me, then you've got Game Time Pick. It filters
Fuck all you. I like her. At this point, I still like
got
her.
the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets to find the best value. They got exclusive flash deals and sponsored deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, and a hell of a.
I'm not saying she doesn't deserve shit, but I like her. I've liked her since day one. She's just a normal girl. She's a normal, like an actual, not these like internet e-girls that like try to mask themselves as like gamer girls and shit. You know, like she's an actual, just like, no, I'm just a normal girl that likes to go clubbing, and I'm just gonna just be like, I think she's real as fuck, bro. I think Hawk Tuah is real as fuck. She just gotta watch what she promotes in the future.
Pretty wild too. If you change your mind and want a bed rot last minute, they got 24-hour return.
Yeah, she's real. But that's the thing. She's real. She's an actual human being that interacts with the real world. So when you're like an internet person and you're like, how could you not know about crypto? Go to a bar. Like, go interact with people in the real world. See what real people think about crypto in real life, and not just internet people. It's a completely different world, dude.
Returns guaranteed.
It's actually shocking. It's shocking to like see both sides of it. Like I kind of feel like I'm oddly acquainted with both sides. Like I go out, I have like real life. I go out, I have motorcycles. I go to like bar hopping on my bike and stuff. Like I talk to real people, and then I'm also doing the internet drama stuff. And like the disconnect is insane. Like this world does not know about this world, and neither world understands how far apart they are from the other.
Which means you can return those tickets within 24 hours of purchase for a full credit to your Game Time account. No questions asked. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app.
She might take responsibility. I don't fucking know. You're talking about a girl that from the second she became public got nothing but harassment. I can completely understand why she would get defensive the second this Hawk Tuah shit went down. I'm not saying it's justified, but like I can excuse some negative actions depending on how this goes. That's why I'm watching this.
Create an account.
I haven't even gotten to hear her piece yet.
And use code TALKTOUH for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code TALKTUAH for $20 off. Download Game Time today.
Baby.
Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
All right.
What
That's
time
cool.
is it? Game.
All right,
Haley,
yeah,
thanks for having us.
Well, of course.
And then this is Frank Degotts.
Hey, Haley.
Frank Degotts.
That's it. Yeah.
I do not know who these fucking people are. I don't know anything about crypto, and the only reason I'm watching this is to see what Haley has to say. I literally don't give a fuck what any of these people have to say about anything. I don't know if they're scammers. I don't know if they're good people. I don't know if they know what they're talking about. I'm just prefacing that right away, right off the rip. I have no clue who these people are, what their reputation is.
In the merch too. Yeah, I got the merch on.
I love it.
To shout out.
These are two of 10 of my little crypto nerds, I call them, and these guys do this at the highest level, and they're gonna help us through this conversation. And you have with us, he's off camera, but do you want to introduce?
I have my lawyer here too.
What's your name? Christian Barker. Okay, cool. How did this all happen?
So
Explain.
This idea got brought to me like months ago, and I was kind of, I don't want to do that. I don't know anything about it, and I've never heard the space is a good place to be. So I was like, I don't know about it. Which we trusted the guy that come to us.
So she knew a little bit.
He was a friend of, I don't know, a friend of a friend, I guess you can put him. That was my biggest mistake.
There was. She's not giving names, but we see the people she surrounded herself with going into this. She's talking to Logan Paul. She's talking to Mr. B. She's talking to Mark Cuban. And she got suckered into this crypto by being referred to by a friend of a friend. What friend knew somebody that was able to do this crypto, like the crypto thing, right? Had to be someone new she met through a friend from a friend. She's not giving names, but I'm seeing how this could have happened. I am.
Yeah,
I probably should have looked into him.
We heard a little bit about it.
If fucking Mark Cuban tells a random girl that doesn't really know about crypto that he knows a really good, I'm just saying his name, I don't know if it was him or not. I know a really good crypto guy, you should talk to him. And then that person tells her to sell a coin That's a completely reasonable thing that she got suckered. Like, it's completely reasonable she would have taken the guy's word. If Mark fucking Cuban or someone or Logan Paul or any of these people, the high end of industry recommended, you know?
About him, apparently he had like a pretty strong network in LA and kind of used that as leverage to, you know, give himself a vouch. And I think the guy probably more or less overstated his.
Wait, hold on, I gotta go back. Because Faze Bank does at least know people in the industry. He probably knows who did this. He probably knows.
A friend of a friend, I guess you can put him.
Hmm.
That was my biggest mistake.
Yeah,
I probably should have looked into him.
We heard a little bit about him. Apparently he had like a pretty strong network in LA and kind of used that as leverage to, you know, give himself a vouch. And I think the guy probably more or less overstated his qualifications in executing something like this. Fair to say?
Yes.
Which is usually the case.
Yeah, that's 99% of the time. What happened after that?
Well, really, everything went good. And then I noticed, like, the day of the launch, he was, like, a little weird about it. Like, he was pacing around on the porch. And I don't know. It just makes you suspicious. And then we finished a podcast that day. And then I ended up going in that room over there to get on that live where I was, like, scripted to say this, that, and the other, but put it in my own words. So I done that. And then that's when you got on and you were asking him questions and he couldn't answer them. So I was like, okay, something's wrong. He can't answer a simple question. And then CoffeeZilla got on there. Mm-hmm. Scary guy, let me tell you. Don't ever want to have a conversation with him.
We're a little bit more charitable than Coffee. I think Coffee kind of has a little bit of disdain for crypto in general. Us, on the other hand, we live and breathe it every day. We want to see crypto succeed.
I wish I understood crypto better. But I will say this guy, Faze Banks, not this guy, I actually know who Faze Banks is. Faze Banks and CoffeeZilla both agree that this was a rug pull. So it's pretty safe to say this was definitely like a malicious rug pull. But I don't know. He has invested interest in protecting crypto's reputation too, though, because he's invested in a bunch of crypto. So I'm not 100% sure whether he's worth listening to or not.
We do it every single day. But Coffee definitely, like, you know what I mean? He definitely asking the right questions. It's the way that he asks them, maybe, is why you guys can't really find a spot to like talk or have like any sort of conversation with each other. But we actually did talk to him. We had a conversation with him and he gave us some broad questions to share and ask you. They're good questions.
I have issues with CoffeeZilla's coverage sometimes. Like, specifically, I thought his boogie coverage was kind of silly. I thought it was kind of pandering. That's like it's a really super controversial take that nobody agrees with me on, but I can explain it I've explained it a million times and I'll explain it again. How I feel about the boogie 298 rug pull coin bullshit.
Scares me if they come from him.
No, don't worry about it. Don't be scared.
He's such a scary guy.
Coffee is a little scary, but it's okay.
He means well, though.
This whole thing is a little scary. Yeah, at the end of the day, he wants to he just wants to see people move the right way. And again, that's the difference between you, Iggy, Trump, is they just simply did it the right way. There's a whole set of standards and rules that this market follows, and etiquette that people, you know, respect. And it's just, that's what it is, right?
Well, so that's how it got brought to me. It was supposed to be done the right way. Like, it was going to be good. Like, half the money, it was supposed to go, like, into my charity. That's really why I agreed to do it. Just for the simple fact, putting money into that. It was a way to, like, get all my community gathered up together. It was just, I don't know. It was brought to me in, like, a positive way. Like, it was going to be something good and long-term, but it didn't go that route at all.
I need to know where the money went. I need to know where her money went. I can completely believe the story, but like right now, like Faze Banks, this is Faze Banks' problem. He has invested interest in crypto in the market and he needs people to have confidence in the market so his own values and his investments goes up. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I'm sure there's positives and negatives to crypto despite what the internet wants you to believe. I need to know if this girl saw dollar signs at some point and now she's trying to cover up her tracks. I don't know her well enough. She doesn't have a track history of being a piece of shit. I need to know where the money went. Where was the money going? Where's the money now? What are you doing with the profits that you got?
So it's like a smack in the face.
100% of the time, the pitch is always going to be positive. It's we're the right guys, we're the ones, et cetera, et cetera. Again, I think that's why we're here.
I'm Gen Z and this is not stimulating enough.
Thread.
Listen to Faze Banks' soothing voice. Isn't that like ASMR?
Frank, maybe introduce yourselves and give your
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Frank,
been in crypto for like 4 years. I guess, do we just go to the questions first, or?
Yeah, whatever.
Yes, please just get to the questions. For the love of God.
Yeah. Like, natural
Well, how much, like,
conversation.
I'm trying to get a vibe check on these people. I'm trying to read these people before I start hearing shit. Okay, I don't really know any of these people other than watching this. I know vaguely who Faze Bank is. I'm trying to listen and get a vibe check. So I have an idea. So I don't know shit about crypto. Okay, so all I got here are my instincts and my vibe checks. Okay, so we got to listen to these people and how they talk and how they present questions. Okay, I'm telling you off the rip that these people talking to Tuah have invested interest in protecting the confidence people hold in crypto. So that's my first red flag with them. And then Tuah potentially saw dollar signs. Okay, I need to know where the money went. That's all I'm listening for. But I also want to kind of get an idea of like who these guys are, you know?
Do they offer you money up front? This is what I think the internet always wants to know is like, do they offer you money up front, part of the tokens? Like, how did that work? Like,
so the deal, I can speak to that. So the deal that she did was like a brand image likeness deal where they paid her $125,000 up front. They were supposed to.
I hate that. They paid her $125,000 up front just to promote the coin. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's bad. Then like it's hard to even say if I can blame her or not, but she said she was having she said that she heard crypto's not a good place to be. She definitely heard some negative things about crypto. And then she met this guy, which the guy might have been somewhat credible. We don't know how he met, but like she was surrounded by really powerful, influential, successful people that all like crypto, right? So she could have been persuaded a little bit there, but I'm wondering if she said fuck it when she heard guarantee 125K. That's not good. I don't like to hear that.
Pay her $200,000 after the launch of the coin within 30 days.
Yeah, Bagel is a mod. Bagel's a legacy mod. Be warned.
She was
Fear the mighty Bagel.
Supposed to have full transparency to tokenomics and everything going on, which they did stay in communication about it, but it just was an ever-evolving.
Yeah, but what's the use of her having full? See, that's stupid. Who told her that was a good idea? So what's the point? I don't know, man. Now I'm starting to feel like she might have fucking known this was going to be more of a fucking sham than it really was going to be. Because then she's like, well, I want to see everything that's going on. Part of the deal was she had to see all of the tokenomics, everything that was going on, but she doesn't know what she's looking at. So what the fuck's the good to that? If it were me, the right way to do this deal, okay, I'm not even saying she can't take this deal. The right way to do this deal is to say, yeah, I'll take the 125K and I get to promote the way I want to promote it. I get the 125 and then I get on a live stream and go, hey guys, there's this giant scam rug pull coming up. Okay. It's going to be a total ripoff and anyone who invests is going to totally lose their money. So if you want to be a broke bitch, invest. And that would Boogie 2988 way to promote crypto is the correct way to promote crypto. Okay. And him being a fucking moron is the only way. Like, he's just such a bad person. Everyone just wants him to be the bad guy, but legitimately, the only good way to promote crypto is the way Boogie did it. Okay, that I stand by that.
Game plan, essentially. So back end participation was to always be.
Well, I also want to know if she was invested in the crypto assets, because then that would imply she was interested in the long-term success of the crypto. I mean, it doesn't necessarily, none of this off the rip alleviates her of responsibility. She's still responsible. She still needs to accept blame here 100%. But I'm just trying to, catch the vibes here of like what went down, how it went down, how much he's actually going to take responsibility, accountability, how malicious it really was.
Mutually agreed, and what they had agreed on in the tokenomics was there was a 10% allocation of the token that would be on a 1-year lock and then a 3-year drip after that. Of that 10%, half of that was supposed to go to the company that created the project and half was to go to her. So out of 100% of the token, she would have had 5% at the end. Obviously she has lawyer, manager, business manager. So even that 5% would have been cut down by over a quarter due to people that she has to pay out on her non-entertainment.
So she had lawyers and stuff. At that point, they're claiming that she already had lawyers going into this project. So like her media manager and her lawyer would have looked at this. So there's a bunch of people that looked into this and said it would be okay.
Non-crypto.
So all the structure you just described, what happened to all that?
It's not like it has dissolved. That on launch, 3% of the token was made available.
So that's fairly responsible. She hired a team of people to help her do these things because she knew she didn't really fucking know what the hell was going on. That is a very good thing. That kind of, you can't, I don't know. Can you really call her like she should have known better? She hired a team of people to help her that were supposed to know better because she didn't. You know?
For public trading, a lot of this information we found out since the launch. We, as in Haley's internal non-crypto team, but 17% was given to pre-sale investors, 2/3 of which approximately sold the day of launch. So there is 20% in circulation.
And just to be clear about where you kind of jumped into this, you were telling us in the back room that this kind of all was happening even without you really knowing or having view on any of it until post. You know, you're handling the cleanup and trying to protect Haley and trying to do right by Haley now, but you didn't have the opportunity to like.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
I negotiated the contract with the company. We have like.
So this lawyer did negotiate the contract with the company. He was directly involved.
Accounting transparency rules and requirements that I added to the contract.
I agree with you 100%, Dave Jones. I also am very interested just to hear how it went down, but you're 100% correct. How is she going to take responsibility? You're 100% correct. I don't know, man. It doesn't take much to know that crypto and scam goes together. It does. It does, Bagel, because you and me were internet people. We go online all day. Normal people don't know. Normal people hear Mark Cuban talk about how crypto is the greatest thing of this generation. They don't see crypto the way you see it. You see crypto through the lens of all these people that are like, how, like, that's a huge problem with this story that I really want to like get into people's fucking heads. You're an online guy like me. We're online all the time. We watch these videos all the time. We see these things go down. We know better. Okay. Tuah became famous by doing an interview show bar hopping. She's not an internet person. Clearly, if you watched any of her content, she's not an internet person. She is like prime candidate, and her audience is prime candidate to not know any fucking better about crypto. So for you, someone who watches this type of content all the time and like you're invested in these dramas, to say how could you not know? That's your perspective being on the internet all the time. There are people that aren't on the fucking internet all the time. They don't see the world. They don't see the world the way you see it. They don't see these things. Crypto is like not the same thing to normal people that it is to people that are online all the time. That's a huge part of the story that people just like don't forget, they don't remember, they don't care to like think about. I know people that own businesses that are invested in cryptos. Like it's not as crazy as you think it is.
SEC compliance requirements I added into the contract that they would have to do as project manager.
The owner of my company that I work for, which is a very big company, has interest in AI and crypto. Very smart people are invested in these things.
And so we continue to inquire all along the process about the tokenomics. It was a kind of a shifting narrative and explanation of tokenomics. The most recent tokenomics that were given to us prior to the launch had the pre-sale investors being on a 1 month lock with a 1 year drip after that. That's pretty obvious on chain that didn't happen. But 80% of the supply is still in control. The dev still controls 80%.
And who are they?
I do not know who the dev is. That was never disclosed to us. All I know is it's a gentleman that's...
Just because you have lots of money doesn't make you smart. You're 100% right. I'm just trying to explain that the perception of people online see crypto a certain way and they don't understand that there's people that just don't see it that way. There would be no market. There would be no cryptos making any money if there was no interest in it. And there would be nobody continuously putting money into it if there wasn't a value to it. I'm not just saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that there is value to these things. The internet has decided that crypto is bad. And honestly, I feel like it's a much more nuanced conversation than that. But I personally don't know enough about it.
So see, the problem with the developing side of like projects like these and products like these is they can do whatever the fuck they want, right? Like they can change this structure that sounds really pretty and nice and fair and honest. They can change it at will, right?
Especially when they control the coins, they control the keys, yeah.
So 80% of the fucking supply, and then they control all the code and stuff, all these locks that sound great again and fair and like it's going to keep her safe. They can just be turned off right before the thing goes. And that's sounds like more or less is what happened. What would you say?
I think with memes, people in the internet like to feel like a ownership of it, and like the community wants to feel like it's organic. And so
all right, I'm just gonna say it. This guy right here, I actually don't give a fuck what he has to say.
having like a pre-sale,
I already don't like him. I've watched him talk 3 times. I don't like him. Those are my vibes. I'm reporting my vibes to you. I don't like this guy.
makes it posting the wallet address beforehand, then you just know snipers are gonna like basically get, which I think a sniper made $1 million right when it went live. These were kind of just like really bad practices for like an organic meme coin. And so,
well, clearly because it got rug pulled. So thanks. Your car that the engine blew up on clearly wasn't being maintained properly. Thanks. No shit, Sherlock. Get bigger glasses so you look smarter when you talk.
yeah, I mean that's honestly like
Not impressed by him at all.
Those two things specifically. What was the pre-sale structure exactly?
I'm not certain to the structure of the pre-sale. There was a 17% allocation. Most of the pre-sale investors, my understanding is, were Asia.
It's not investments. It's basically nothing. It meant for money laundering. I'm sure you can launder money through crypto, but it has to have more utility than just that. Although I don't know enough about it, but I wouldn't be surprised if a large part of the reason that crypto has so much value is because of money laundering. Totally wouldn't be surprised at all. It's like fine art. That's what fine art used to be. Remember when fine art was like, how is this painting $100,000? It's money laundering. That's why. Illegal businesses cleaning their money. That's how.
Okay.
And there was, again, supposed to be a 1-month lock with a 1-year drip after that.
And how much was raised for that 17%?
2.8 million.
I think that's why people were really upset for the most part, Ailey, is that
puts it at like 14, 15.
Yeah, it's like basically when you have a coin where people have a bunch of pre-sale, it means like
I feel like this guy just wants to look really smart. I feel like he's just trying to show how smart he is. I feel like he's in constant fucking showboat mode.
a bunch of people got this early access to it.
That
So
normal people don't have access
that normal
to.
people don't have access to. And so I think it's
that guy on the I'm starting to like
less the problem that there's a coin and more just the way that it was.
The guy on the left just summarized what this guy's trying to say in like 3 paragraphs in like 4 words. Normal people don't have access to it. Thank you. That's all I needed to know. Thank you.
Done was really,
and just to articulate to you too.
Yeah.
That is probably never the way to go. It's just not good for the health of the token. But if ever, you should know exactly who holds this token.
Correct.
Like always, like to have that be like a question mark, and like guys in Asia, it's like they're the ones who control now the destiny of this token.
It's like, who are these guys?
They at any moment upon launch, this thing could rip to fucking $100 million, and then they could all just fucking suck all the liquidity out.
Yeah, but so it's good that she's getting informed on this now, but we learned that she had hired a whole team of people to help her handle these types of things. So it's like her team looked at all this. The lawyer that's talking off camera helped negotiate the contract. They approved it all. So like this whole narrative of like, oh, well, she should have known fucking better. She hired a fucking whole team of people to fucking help her handle this. And they fucked her. Like, I'm not saying that alleviates her accountability. She needs to be held accountable 100%. But like, that's the reality of what I'm hearing right now.
And set it to 0, and then you're again the face of it. You're the
She didn't just solo bolo into it without anyone backing her up. She hired a whole team.
name of it.
Like outside of the crypto people to check the crypto people, and they negotiated and agreed on terms, and the terms fucking sucked, and it was a rug pull and a disaster. And now her reputation is damaged as a result.
And then you're left in this situation that you've been in.
So when there's a pre-sale, nobody in the United States can buy that, right? Is that how that works?
I'm not necessarily sure.
How does that work?
Honestly, don't.
I look at
That's fucking scary. I don't know nothing about crypto, but the people who are supposed to be the experts on crypto just got asked what seems like a very basic question and they don't know the answer. That's fucking scary.
It's all kind of
So now, I don't know what these guys even fucking know. I just want to hear the story. I want to hear the story.
Sounds about right.
I hope they grill her. I hope we get to hear where the money went, where her money went. We already know she got paid, $150,000 to promote the coin. But then we also know she hired a whole team of people to help her vet the coin. I hope that these are the right guys to be doing this. I hope that they're not just fucking idiots.
Trump just dropped a fucking meme coin, so
Yeah.
I don't really. I think we're kind of all in a situation where we're figuring that stuff out. I think as a society in real time. It's all.
But
all
the
really
presale
gray
wasn't made public, right? Like, and
you don't know what a presale is.
That is
That's
less
also a
about the
huge
fact
problem.
that there was a
What is a presale?
presale and more.
You just got asked what a presale is. You said you don't know. Now you're still talking about it. What the fuck is the presale? Like she actually asked a really smart question, a really thoughtful, I'm trying to understand question, and you fucking guys don't know the answer, and you're still talking.
The fact that it was hidden, and I think the biggest thing with
And I'm supposed to believe that you're like crypto experts, like you really have a good understanding. I don't know nothing about crypto, but I hear this pre-sale shit get said whenever there's a crypto drama, and you guys just got asked by Haley Welch, okay, a very seemingly reasonable, basic question that seemed very thoughtful. It seems like she genuinely wants to understand what the fuck is going on here, and you all I don't actually know. I don't actually know. That's
like why people were so frustrated is less due to how the price turned out and more because it was very publicly set up like wrong to the people that are really in crypto that do it every day. You could see on like A, B, and C, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong.
And that's why, Haley, the most important thing far and away for people like you and I.
But clearly, I'm getting sick of this. And these are professional. Like Faze Banks is like legacy media, which is why he's the best spoken here. But like, I'm sick of repeatedly hearing over and over and over again by these crypto fucking experts the equivalent of saying you have to understand your car, that the engine exploded and sent all the pistons into the stratosphere. It just, you can see from a mechanical level that A, B, and C of maintenance were just not being done correctly. No fucking shit, the car blew up. Oh my God, Sherlock Holmes over here. This crypto poll that millions of dollars were stolen, you can just clearly see, like, no shit. You just clearly see it wasn't set up right. No shit. Shut up, dude. You're not smart. You're a fucking idiot.
Like crypto is transparency. It means everything. It's like it has to start and stop there, because then at that point, at least something goes wrong. You know what I mean? This is what I knew. This is what happened. And that's why conversations like these are really, really important. I think, again, I said this before, and I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on this. I think generally, like crypto Twitter, people who do this at a high level, who do this every day, more or less know what happened, because they can go, like Frank, again, we're in that back room. He's looking on chain. He sees it. It tells the whole story. That's the beautiful thing about crypto.
Yeah, I found that out later too.
Yeah. So they more or less can see what happened. And then obviously we've seen this story a million fucking times, right? So we more or less know what happens. The issue for you is the millions and millions of people who farmed views off this and made stories about this and covered it. Your average fan.
And again, I'm hating that. The problem for you is all the people who made stories about this, because these people are crypto millionaires. These fucking people sitting around Haley Welch, these experts, are crypto millionaires. They're heavily invested in crypto, and their investments depend on the public's confidence of cryptocurrency. Okay? So they have incredible bias going into this to defend crypto and defend Haley Welch. All right, like, not that I've already explained. Like, I think she did get suckered into this. I'm seeing more and more evidence that she got suckered into this. She's actually asking very good questions. She's actually like, I'm not upset with her at all at this point in the conversation. If anything, I'm upset with these guys because they got asked one fucking question that seems very basic. What, like, I don't know what it is, but every time there's a fucking crypto scam, you get told about these pre-sales. And she's like, well, what is a pre-sale? How does that work? And they're all like, I don't know. We're still figuring that out. What do you fucking mean? What do you mean? Like then you're never allowed to talk about pre-sales being an issue ever again, because you don't even know what they are.
And the average fucking middle America 16-year-old kid who's a fan of you just sees crypto scam, which is, again, another huge part of the conversation that I'm passionate about, where it's just like crypto already has this bad rap, and it's because of things like this, and it's because the onboarding process is flawed, the barrier to entry is flawed. You probably don't even understand half of what's being talked about right now. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's a real language barrier. And the point is, like, if you have no business in crypto, you probably shouldn't be in crypto. The only thing,
agree.
Your introduction to crypto should have been somebody, a finance guy, telling you it's probably a good idea for you to DCA 20% of your money indefinitely into Bitcoin because it's just a good investment. And then maybe you know what I mean?
What does DCA mean?
It means
dollar cost average. Yeah.
Yeah, it means just like slowly buying or slowly selling. So it's actually
buy like $10 of Bitcoin a day.
So he knows something. Like, that's what sucks too, because he does do this all day long. He's like so heavily invested, so he clearly has to know something.
Thing, yeah.
And then this guy, I don't know. I think he asked that question just so they'd explain it. I hope, because he's been the only one that speaks English. This guy over here is just like I don't know.
It's the best way that
This guy over here just likes to look smart, and this guy over here, like a couple times, he leaned over to Haley and like explained something in English.
I think that you can acquire an asset like Bitcoin because it's so volatile. It's 100,000 one day, and then it's 70,000, then it's 120. Right? It's never hit 120, but if you buy it at a consistent basis, you get the average cost of Bitcoin over the span of whatever. But it's like it's things like that. Obviously, if you're that passionate about your team sees an opportunity, that's okay. I mean, we see opportunities every day in crypto, and that's what
he is talking the tech bro language. I'm so smart. You just don't understand how I made my millions. To be fair, these people are all like insanely fucking rich, but they're rich through crypto, which that makes me concerned again. I'll say it again. You know, that they will be biased because their investments in crypto are heavily dependent on the public's confidence in crypto, and this is like one of the most mainstream crypto polls ever.
You know, anybody that's telling you they're not in crypto to make money is fucking lying to you, right? To a degree, some more than others, and some are more likely to fucking, you know, not stand on business and fucking do sketchy, weird shit, and some are more passionate about the future of the space, like us. But if you're gonna do that,
and again, it's so cringe when he says that. Because like the future, you're passionate about the future of your space. Yeah, okay. You're probably like millions of dollars invested in crypto. I'd be pretty passionate about the success of the space too. You know, not that crypto doesn't, like, I'm sure there are pros and cons to crypto. The internet's ruled it out as like this overwhelmingly negative thing. I doubt that there's no utility that can be found that benefits man for cryptocurrency. I doubt it severely. But right now it is obviously a really volatile, bad spot. You probably, you know, probably a scam 9 times out of 10 it seems, but like I kind of want to hear it from a guy who's not heavily invested in it. You know, I would have much rather like CoffeeZilla conduct the interview, maybe both. I don't know.
If you're someone like Haley Welch and you're going to do that, you need to like be as careful as you can be, and you need to make sure that the people that you're doing this with are like people you can really, really trust and qualified to do it.
Wiz Khalifa told me not to ever put your name on something you don't fully understand.
It's a really, really awesome piece of advice.
It's great advice.
I agree with
that.
him.
Was on this show. There's like a clip of that.
Yep.
That's good. Yeah, I mean that's a
real clip.
That's a great piece of advice.
What's the best piece of advice you'd give to Haley?
Just like make sure that you like clear everything that's like being done in your name. Like make sure you like it. Like don't let it get crazy. Don't let it get out of fucking whack to the point.
In her defense, again, I need to establish she hired a team of people that all looked over and negotiated these contracts. But, I mean, obviously, like, there is something to be said for not looking into it yourself. But it's not like she completely just freeballed into it. Like, she was not completely reckless. She hired a team of people that failed her.
Where it's like, yo, I wouldn't even fucking done that shit.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It sucks that you're having to learn this the hard way, right? But
I feel like I needed to, though. It kind of opened my eyes a lot.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, that's fucking...
Yeah, like, if she makes another mistake after this, then it's like, fuck you.
That's...
You know? like, this is your one, okay, you fucked up moment, I think. Like, I genuinely feel like this is redeemable.
Honestly, how I was introduced to crypto, to begin, I can't talk too much about it or names, whatever. But I was introduced to crypto through something very, very similar. A deal came through the Faze pipeline, my company that's existed for over a decade. We were public at one point, came through the sales team, and a talent manager brought me this deal that for me, by every, measure of my expertise and my perspective on my whole career and how it came up.
Yeah, but you have to also, it hurt her reputation bad. But the people that will like be sticklers and never forgive her, they're like watching Hassan Piker and shit. They're like chronically online fucking losers, a lot of them. Her main audience isn't that. Her main audience is like normal fucking people that heard the Hawk Tuah meme and then followed her on Instagram and shit. And they will believe that she got fucking scammed 100%. Because it's them. They can relate. It happened to them. Some of them get it. They've been there, So no, this is completely redeemable. I haven't heard her say anything. I haven't heard anything that like makes me like, no, fuck this girl. She had a kind of inappropriate response to this drama when it first occurred, but this girl has been getting hate and handling it very well since she got her 15 seconds of fame and spun it into a fucking career. So yeah, she's not been famous for that long. And for the time she was famous up to the crypto shit, she handled it very, very well.
This was a fuck.
Apparently the person that was running the launch has pulled a ton of rug pulls. I think people she hired didn't know how to research crypto. I agree. And at that point, they should have consulted her to hire, like, dude, like I'd be like, it's her team. Like she's at fault. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not absolving. I'm not going to sit here and act like she should be absolved of any fucking accountability. But to pretend like she just recklessly didn't consult with anybody and just flew into this project is wrong. She did hire a team of people. That team of people negotiated these contracts, looked over these contracts, and they failed her. Okay? That is what happened. So this is a mistake. This is a completely redeemable situation so far from what I've seen.
Great deal. This product came to me and said, we want you to be a spokesperson for our product. It's X, Y, and Z. It's in crypto, this cool new technology. And they like you. They like your name. They want you to do basically more or less an ad read every 2 weeks, and they'll pay you $100,000 a year salary.
It's simple.
I would take that.
I'm like, what?
You can all hate me forever. I would take that.
Bet. That's a great deal. And
I would tell you that it was a scam and you shouldn't buy it. I would boogie 2988 it, baby.
Also, they'll give you whatever it was. I'm making this figure up, but $50,000 in tokens, whatever. I didn't know what that meant. In one ear, out the other. Could give a fuck less about that. $100K a year? Bet. That's awesome.
I would do that. I'd quit my job and just worry about making YouTube videos and content and shit. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? $100K a year to promote a crypto? I mean, I'm not a piece of shit, right? Like there'd have to be a certain level of it where like I'm in some level of control. Like obviously I would have to feel like I could be honest about the crypto and shit, but like fuck it. Like Boogie 298, I would Boogie 298 it, bro. If I could do it like Boogie did it, I would do it, bro. That's all I'm saying.
And then upon announcing this,
I just wouldn't lie. I'd be honest. I'd be like, yeah, man, I told everybody it was a scam and they bought it anyway. And then when they were like, well, don't you see what's wrong about that? I'd go, no. that would be it. That would be the whole drama. I wouldn't make up having cancer and I have to pay medical bills. I told everyone it would be a scam. And if they bought it after that, I do not feel bad. Really? You don't feel bad? You don't think that people blah, 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 blah? You don't think that people didn't understand? You don't think that people were misled? No, I told them it was a scam. No, I don't think, I don't understand how that could have happened at all. No.
And upon me talking about it, they used that moment as exit liquidity. They used my face as exit liquidity. At that point, I got flooded with comments. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? Probably similar, definitely not as severe as your experience and whatever happened. And this was during a different time. This is 2020. I mean, your whole fucking timeline in 2020 was Kim Kardashian and Jake Paul and Mayweather and everybody, because this market took advantage of the fact that our market had so much influence and we had so many eyeballs and such a big audience, but we knew nothing about it, right? So very easy to manipulate us, take advantage of us, use us as exit liquidity, et cetera, et cetera. I used that opportunity. I got investigated by the SEC for fucking like 2 years over this. It cost me way more money than I made. It was one of the most miserable experiences of my life because that moment got me into crypto. So then I started doing things like buying CryptoPunks and buying more Ethereum and Bitcoin, et cetera, and meeting people like this. And I made the conscious decision that I'm never going to allow something like this to happen to me ever again. I'm going to know as much as I need to know about this space to keep myself safe. I'm happy that I did in a weird roundabout way. It was one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. Luckily for me, I did meet people who did it the right way, who pushed me in that direction. And I did put, I stood on business and put morals first and did it in an ethical way. And when the SEC did comb through all my shit, I had receipts on it. I had receipts on receipts of me.
So he was combed for 2 years and he was found to be completely legit, I guess. That's not nothing.
Declining.
I think he's got to know something. I think Faze Banks has got to know something. But you have to also remember, like I keep saying, like, you got to take it with a grain of salt, because his investments in crypto are reliant on people keep investing, and people won't invest if they're not confident. That's why that's a big part of the reason he's here, I'm sure. This is a huge mainstream thing with Tuah. That's her primary audience. He doesn't want people getting scared off because of this. It'll hurt his investments, which isn't necessarily bad, but it does show a bias potentially. You just have to keep that in mind when you're listening to him.
Deals like I was getting offered $500,000 to post an Instagram story to promote an NFT. You know what I mean? And saying no to things like that. So I think probably, they didn't say this explicitly, but I would imagine they see things like that and they're like, okay, this is like an honest act. They dropped everything. I probably could have gotten fined and stuff because of just the nature of that deal. But yeah, it cost me a fuck ton of money legally, and fuck all the money, like mentally. I can only imagine. Like,
no, I 100%. She got surrounded with. Well, that's the thing. She got surrounded with the right people. Like, she got surrounded with some of the best people you could possibly get picked up by. She made some of the craziest connections anyone in the world could ever ask for getting into media. The problem is some of them were crypto people. And then that kind of then she didn't have the right team built to vet the crypto people that she fell in with through these people, and then she got fucked.
Like how you feel, and just know though, I can truly relate to all that, and that's why I agreed to come on the show. That's why I'm personally here.
I saw where you DM me, and it was like in my requests, and you asked if I ran my account.
Yeah.
And what I done, I still confided in the guy that ran my account, and I screenshot. I was like, "Can I respond to him?" Like, he was in the live.
No, don't.
He was like, "No, do not text him
It's the
back."
biggest red flag of everything you've said.
Not being allowed to respond to someone is crazy.
Wild, especially someone like me, somebody who know.
Well, you were nice when you were on the live, so I was like, "Well, there's nothing."
And that's not bad advice. She has lawyers. She has a team. That's what I'm saying. People are like, people tried to reach out to her and tell her that this was a bad thing. It's like, okay, well, her lawyers and, her team that was negotiating the contracts and shit, they didn't. So I'm sorry that Haley Welch didn't believe fucking MeJoeShmoe, right? She doesn't. And then do you think Haley Welch knew who Faze Banks was up to this point? Because then people are like, well, she should have known that this person knew what they were talking about. Why? Again, we don't know who referred her to these crypto people, but suppose it was like Mark fucking Cuban. Again, a person that she had a well-known interaction. That guy was on her podcast, right? Suppose Mark Cuban introduced her to these crypto people. And then the crypto people are negotiating with a team that she hired to vet the crypto people. And everyone's saying it's okay. And then some guy named Faze Banks messaged her on Twitter. Yeah, it was completely reasonable advice to not fucking message the guy back. 100%. Sorry.
Wrong with him. I was like, he's a nice guy, and he's just asking if I actually run my account. What saying?
No, that accent is not fake. There's no fucking way.
No.
I wish you picked up the phone.
I hate to keep glazing her, but I just doubt it. She's too normal. She's too fucking normal. She wouldn't understand. She's not internet enough. She's not internet enough to Markiplier it up.
Call me immediately. Yeah, that's funny.
But I've never had Twitter.
You guys know too. I'm
downloaded.
sending her fucking paragraph.
She never even had Twitter downloaded on her phone before, people.
That's bank shit. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to articulate my little bullet points. I'm sending her pages.
It's like a manic essay. Yeah. What the fuck is this?
I think that's all the messages I've had. It's like people from crypto.
Yeah.
I think the
Not
worst
very
part
nice.
about it is
Faze Bank is like a super duper OG. He's like one of the first prominent online creators. If you don't know who he is, that's why I am trying to listen to him. And he's heavily invested in crypto and has been for many years. Investigated for 2 years, by the FCC, I believe he said, right? So no, he's got to know something about this shit. He's definitely worth listening to. It's just keep in mind he's heavily invested in crypto. His crypto investments are heavily dependent on people's confidence in crypto, and that does present a potential bias. for these issues, because if Haley Welch gets scammed and all of her fans get scammed, people are scared of crypto. They don't want to invest anymore, So he will defend crypto. He's invested in it. He's financially invested in this cryptocurrency, having confidence in it.
I hate that it was just such a negative entrance for you.
It was.
This guy he doesn't say much, but he seems like he's trying to like help her understand stuff, or he's just stupid. One of the two.
Because crypto is like a really cool place, and it's probably really confusing. A lot of it doesn't make sense, but we like to think of crypto as the money of the internet, and it basically allows you to attach a value to attention, like memes, like Hawk Tuah, right?
Yeah.
And trade and speculate on.
All right, I don't like this.
Attention, is the thing going to get bigger?
That's fucking stupid.
Or is it going to get smaller? And the thing about it is,
dude, I hate what he just said. I hate the words that just came out of his mouth. It allows you to add value to attention. So there's never been any value before cryptocurrency and having attention online. There's never been monetization on YouTube. That's a new concept now. There's never been merch sales, donations and live stream. There's never been another way to monetize popularity online. Crypto is doing that. Shut the fuck up. Now I don't like him. I'm not a crypto bro or an expert, but that's just fucking stupid. It literally is. That sounds like you're trying to justify something costing something that it shouldn't. You're trying to justify something that should have no value having value.
Like, crypto isn't going to go away. It's only going to get bigger.
No, money of the internet was the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. You know what's a really good currency that you can use online? USD.
Yeah.
And it might feel like...
You know what's protected by the federal government? USD.
Like, intimidating.
You know what money I can keep in my bank and it's insured underneath the federal order? USD.
To you because of how you were sort of brought onto it. But I think that there is an outcome sort of similar to the bank story, where it's like you have this...
People be like, I don't like the banks. Banks are bad. I don't trust banks. It's like federally insured. Well, yeah, but you don't know. I don't know what. What if the entire United States government collapses? My money might not be in the bank anymore. Wouldn't I have bigger problems at that point? Think people. Come on.
Really negative entrance to the thing, and then little by little you spend time, focus on trying to just piece together as much knowledge as I can around this space. And I think I still think there's some level of vindication to this. Like, I don't know, do you want to talk about what... I don't want to put you on the spot to it, but like, do you want to talk about the idea just to throw it out there?
Oh no. Hawk Tuah number 2's coming out, baby. Let's go. No, dude. No way.
On the pod,
we were talking about, I think if you
no fucking way. No way, dude. Hawk Tuah 2. Hawk Tuah. It's fucking hot. They're about to call, dude. No fucking way. Hawk Tuah, baby. Let's go.
If you took all the money that you made from the deal, whatever, and just like bought back the coin and then locked it up, I feel like that's a very like clear action that you can make.
Okay. Woo. Do you know how fucking insane that would have been? If they would have been like, I think your only path to redemption here is if you work with us and just launch another coin. Oh, that would have been the best thing ever. No, dude.
Back to the community. And I think that would just like stamp it and the community can run.
No, that appeared, I don't know anything about crypto, but that appeared to be very reasonable.
With it, so
a very reasonable suggestion.
That's like the idea that we were talking
as far
about.
as narrative goes and a gesture, I mean, you just fucking nailed that, by the way. And that would be...
Yeah, because she can't just pay everybody back. Unless we're being told complete lies here, she didn't receive, like, she got $150,000 for promoting the coin, and then she has some assets of the coin. But the coin's worth shit because all these other people rug pulled it on her. And then the assets of the coin had to be split between the team that she hired that fucked her. So, and also she doesn't have old money. She's a very new person. She's not like Logan Paul that could easily, like, I would assume with how long he's been making millions of dollars, he could pay people back like for CryptoZoo. She's like very new on the block. She doesn't have like, she hasn't been around long enough to like accumulate like vast assets like when we're talking about repaying people millions of dollars, right? So what they just suggested, I think that probably is her best move. Listen, I'm buying up the rest of the coins that I can, and I'm locking them so the value can't get any lower. That seems, I don't know shit about crypto, but that seems like probably her best genuine option to try to make this somewhat, just to show she gives a fuck, just to show she's trying to alleviate the damage.
You mentioned it earlier, 125,000 plus 100,000, or what did I hear?
Yeah. So
how much total money has been received due to this?
125,000 has
been received.
And she also, like, she has a podcast and all this shit. Like, she, like, a lot of that money got spent. I don't know. We don't know how much money she made from everything other than the crypto, but like, it's not like I become rich and famous right now, and then in 3 months I have enough money to retire for the rest. Like, that's just typically not how it works. Like, these people that are like legacy media stars that can go years without even working, like, they did work for years. They have accumulated assets. She doesn't yet. I would assume it'd be very likely that she doesn't.
Yeah. Basically what Frank just said in normal people terms is you take every dollar that you made on this and you mark it by this token and you lock it up. You walk away from it. You don't ever see that money. You can never touch it again. And you say, I'm not going to talk about this every day, whatever, but I'm going to stand on business. I put my face on this. I'm accepting the responsibility that this happened. And hopefully, you know, everybody is made whole at some point where you guys do what you want with this at this point. This is me kind of like, you know what I mean? And what that does is
that appear. I don't know anything about crypto. Again, I can't stress this enough. If like CoffeeZilla drops a video tomorrow and he's like, this is why this is bullshit, you should probably listen to CoffeeZilla. But again, I've already explained it. It's very reasonable to believe that she does not have the assets to pay back people millions of dollars that she lost, that they lost, right? She physically can't do that. Quite frankly, that's their own fault to begin with. I hate to just be that much of a dick, but like, she hired a team of people to consult and negotiate and approve this project. MeJoeShmoe that bought $10,000 worth of Tuah coin is a fucking idiot that bought Tuah coin. I have no sympathy for that person. I'm sorry. But she did fuck up, and the least she can do is do this. This seems like it's a very reasonable thing, reasonable sacrifice for her to alleviate the damage that she took part in causing.
It kind of shows your intentions, right? Like I just want to do right by.
I don't know why this episode was deleted either. I have no clue. I don't know. It was kind of hard to find.
This and everybody who participated in this, etc.
I know you probably feel weird because like I'm sure people said some nasty things to you, and you're like, "What is this? Who are these people? What is this space?" Like,
well, Haley, I'm not going to sugarcoat it too. Listen, I think I know I'm sucking my own dick right now, but I think as far as like people who come from our industry, I think I move close to the best.
Well, she's gonna buy the coin. She's not gonna give it back. She's gonna buy up all the coin to increase the value of the coin, and then she's gonna lock the asset. So then the people that still are holding coin that lost a lot of money, they lose less money, which seems reasonable. That seems completely reasonable to me. That is a reasonable sacrifice for her to make.
I get comments pretty much on a daily basis calling me a fucking scammer, etc., etc.
Yeah, everyone also just hates crypto, and if you touch it, you're a scammer immediately. I don't think that's true. I don't know enough about it to stand on business with that, but I just doubt that every single person that has interest. I know people that are invested in fucking crypto, like as legitimate long-term investments, you know, and the market's been good for that, quite frankly, you know.
There was another situation that happened inside Faze. It's fucking so annoying, but a group of members launched a token that was like a charity, like
Save the Kids token.
Had this like charity spin and narrative. It's like one of the most crazy things that ever happened in crypto. They all had to get
and to be fair, he kicked them all. They kicked them all. Like, to add credibility to Faze Banks, when Save the Kids went down, the members that were involved with Save the Kids, they got fucking booted. Like, that's good.
Kicked. I had to fucking talk to you. You think CoffeeZilla is scary? I had to talk to this man every fucking day for like 2 weeks and basically vindicate myself because there's all this speculation. Banks is a crypto guy. He obviously had to have something to do with it. I had to fucking basically open my books up to Coffee and for the banks had nothing to do with this, Faze had nothing to do with this, but 5 members of Faze did. So it'll always be tied back to me. I'll always forever, and you'll probably always forever get comments. You're a fucking scammer, this and that. This is going to make it infinitely more hard for you to work in crypto. But what
Yeah, I think that's a good like typical rule of thumb. Medium-sized bagel. If you're earning money through crypto, someone else is losing. I mean, to be fair though, I don't understand it well enough. But like, yeah, I think that, you know, if like, you know what, I would have to say there is an ethical way to grow crypto, but that's just a hunch. I do not know enough about the subject because USD, like, what we shouldn't have any currency ever. Like, currency is a thing, you know. I don't, but then we're leaving a territory I'm comfortable discussing. I'm not familiar enough to discuss it. It would be irresponsible, quite frankly.
But he just, the suggestion that he just made is far and away the best solve for this.
I just bought a bunch of stuff for a podcast. Why do people buy these stupid fucking? I see the craziest mic stand. This mic stand that I'm using right now, I've had it for like 3 years. It cost me $30.
In the immediate and in the
just saying, because I know how much these cost, and it's fucking stupid.
Long term, it's kind of the one, you know, I don't know. It's that was really good.
Because it happened.
With, her buying in right now with what's on the market is there's 80%.
Yes.
That's not available.
What does that mean?
So obviously,
I mean, I'm sure there's money laundering involved with crypto, Dave Jones, but I mean, I doubt that all of crypto is just everyone money laundering. I mean, if I buy crypto right now, I'm not money laundering. That's not even probably like, I don't know. We're I don't think anyone in my chat nor myself is educated enough on the topic to make great claims like that.
Obviously, we don't want to run into a situation where you do that. You put $250,000 in, because I'll be honest, if you did that, the market's probably.
I think crypto probably gets a bad rep, and that's my take on it. I think the internet's decided crypto is bad, and it does get a bad rep.
You know, react in a positive way because it is a great.
That's my gut instinct. That's how I feel.
Narrative, and it is a really genuine gesture. I don't want to fucking guarantee anything, but the token probably fucking rips to that point. It could even get to a point.
No, it didn't. Why do you keep? Dave, I don't think you fucking know what you're talking about. No, it started out as money laundering. No, actually, I remember when Bitcoin was just an idea some guys had, and they were like blogging about how they finally were able to go buy a pizza with their Bitcoin. Like, and I don't understand the blockchain well enough, but like, just no, it's all money laundering. No, you don't. No, you don't know that. You do not know that. There are a lot of bad actors in crypto, which sucks because it's really cool. See, Jarjuice seems to like it. I don't know enough about crypto, but I do think it gets a bad rep.
Point where it rips past all-time high, which for you, I think if the token ever exceeds the highest point it was ever at, I think that's a really comfy spot for you to finally be like, I did what I needed to do and I did right by this product launch in crypto. That's personally me. That's how I would receive it.
Every investment, every I'm not going to say every investment but like fine art, there's a lot of money laundering that goes on in fine art, buying a painting that really is like, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm sure there is money laundering in cryptocurrency, but I think it's saying too much to say it's all money laundering. That's it. It's all there is to it. I think if you have a brain, just to hear that, you're like clearly able to register like, no, probably not. It's probably not the case.
But that being said, we don't want to be in a position where this fucking token is ripping and these same people who fucked you over that own 80% of it are getting rich in the process, right? Like that cannot happen. So that's the biggest, how do we solve that?
I don't know. I'm scared to touch that coin.
Yeah, the devs that have the 80%.
You should be.
I'm horrified of it.
You should be.
If that's the case, then the devs have the 80% need to agree to lock it too. And if I don't know if there's interest.
Well, they're not going to do that. So then you guys really didn't flush out this plan too fucking well, because now we did forget 80% of the coin still being held by the devs. So if Tuah buys up a bunch of the coin, the spike and the price goes up, then they're just going to sell their coin and draw and steal more money. So yeah, no, it would be an empty gesture. So fuck, man, they got me. It would be a good token of gratitude from Tuah. Like, I wouldn't be able to look bad on her for that. But fucking clearly these crypto experts they didn't flush that one out too fucking well, because now they're talking about it with fucking Hawk too, and they immediately were like, wait a second. Oh, that's right. 80% of the coin's still being held by these scam artists. So if you buy up $250,000 worth of this coin, they're just going to sell more and drop the price back down.
I don't know, but
I think probably you guys, who we do still have open lines of communication with, who
Well, it's the same thing. There's only so many crypto coins in circulation, so the value is the scarcity in the market.
fucking built this thing, I think you aggressively go in contact.
And that's why, you get the money laundering and scams and shit.
And communicate the fact that, listen, we as a team have decided that this is probably the best route to go for Haley, because at the end of the day, your name, your likeness, your brand, your face,
It's all over it.
you're so sweet. Let's fix it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And fuck.
Well, I agree with you that I don't understand why Bitcoin is ever worth anything, but the problem is nothing is worth anything until people agree that it's worth something, right? So I don't understand what could make a Bitcoin so valuable to own. I do think the price is greatly inflated through money laundering, but I also don't think that it's all just money laundering. Because, yeah, I agree with you. I don't understand how it could be valuable, but also there's like morons out here that spend like $40,000 buying a car, and there's no way that should be worth that much. People just fall for shit.
Fucking yeah, that we need to figure out that. Maybe, I mean, you guys are probably like the communication between team and you guys right now probably looks pretty aggressive as it is, right? Like lawsuits, I know how it goes, as it should. They fucked you over big time. So maybe even using that as leverage of like, help us make right by this. You need to listen to everything we're about to tell you to do. And you know what I mean? Maybe we don't go fucking as hard legally on it. Yeah, that 80%, that's obviously the biggest hurdle.
So who has that? The 80%?
She cares. She's like listening to everybody. She's asking questions that even they don't know the answer to. I don't think she's a bad person. I think she got fucking roped in. I think she got roped in to this bullshit. She hired a whole team of people to help her vet it. They failed her. Some dickhead she met on her road to the top of the world. She, meeting some of the most influential, powerful people in media, got her hooked up with the wrong people. I sympathize with her. She still needs to be held accountable, of course, but I think she got roped into this. She gives a fuck. I think she gives a fuck. That's my vibe check.
What is Dev?
The 80%, the developer.
Based out of where?
Based out of San Francisco. It's one guy based in San Francisco, is my knowledge.
Well, that's better than China.
I don't know who we don't have a name as to who that is, but the dev is hired by the company that she did the deal with.
Just as far as, by the way, just as far as access goes, San Francisco's up the street.
Okay.
The language barrier, China. Yeah, it's okay.
Understood. Yeah, I think that's the next steps, honestly. Yeah. Because the thing is, like, it happened, and it's like on chain, like things always gonna exist. Trump launched a coin. Like, again, I come back to, I just don't think that there's an issue with a meme coin in the world. Like, that's not the
Yeah, of course you don't, because you make millions of dollars from them. I kind of don't want to hear your opinion on that. I hate to break it to you.
problem. It's the pre-sale.
You could be the most knowledgeable guy in the world on the topic, and I still don't want to hear your opinion on it, because you probably have a considerable investment in these assets that you're trying to make look positive right now.
It's the fact that the pre-sales got unlocked on day one. It's the fact that he put the wallet address out, so it got sniped. It was like a pretty poorly executed
What would have
launch.
been the best way she could have executed?
I'm sick of him saying that. It's like the 9th millionth time he's said it, dude. The car engine. You see, the reason your car engine exploded is because from A, B, and C here, from a mechanical point of view, you weren't maintaining it properly. Fucking shit. Everyone got rug pulled, okay? We don't need... He just likes to look smart, bro. Bagel's right. He's a crypto bro talker. He just talks... He probably has like a decent understanding of what he speaks about, but he intentionally intentionally articulates his knowledge in a way to make him feel smarter. It's very annoying.
For everybody watching this in any future, because I feel like this will be cited.
The best way to do it would have been not to do it.
I agree. I was just about to say that.
That would be like the number one best way to do it. And
no, wow, this guy, I don't like this guy at all, dude. I got beef with this fucking guy here.
But the second best way would be if someone else made it and they sent you, some percentage.
Also, comb your hair, dude.
The supply.
I don't care how much. This guy's $1 million crypto bro, and he can't afford a fucking hairbrush.
And
Cool,
then like
dude.
you're like, all right, you guys can do it. And
No, dude, it's cool. I look busy, bro. It's the busy look. See, my hair's a mess. I'm always checking my stock portfolio. I don't have time to comb my hair. Brokey. Cool. Cool,
whatever.
And like the founder of Pump Fund recently. His name's Alon, and their product. You want to talk about what their product does? Just
well,
real quick.
yeah. There's this thing called Pump Fund where it makes it really.
Yeah, like once you get into like, you know, once you're with the USD, because I do like, I'm not an expert in personal finance, but like, yeah, there's inflation on the US dollar. So like once you get past a certain milestone, you'd be a fucking idiot to not invest your money because USD will deteriorate over time. It'll be worth less over time. So like if you have like $30,000 fucking dollars sitting around that you don't need to be worried about having access to, and it's just sitting in a savings account, and you plan on that sitting in there for X amount of time, like, yeah, put it in, like, I'm not going to say what, but like it should be somewhere working for you so it can try to do its best to keep up with inflation.
Really easy for anybody to launch a coin, and so
but a lot of people, you know, they're fucking morons and they can't even put $10,000 in a savings account, so they don't need to worry about that.
Anonymously,
which you should have,
all over the internet are just like launching coins.
Some people think it's the worst thing ever for crypto. Some people love it. Whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It exists. But my point in bringing that up was the founder of it didn't drop a coin, but somebody else dropped a coin of his name, and he kind of endorsed it.
Yeah.
Like he soft endorsed it. The moment he did that, that became his token. No, he didn't know the team. He didn't know anything. It was just like, okay, this is the one, and then the market decides what to do from there, right?
Best way to put it is the way that this was structured from everything I've heard. So,
oh my God, for the 9th fucking 100th time, this guy's gonna tell us how, from the way it was structured, you can just tell it was set up to fail. No dude, no shit. It was a disaster. We know it was a disaster. You've made this point 13 fucking times. Are you not the expert on fucking crypto? You couldn't even answer the question of what a fucking pre-sale was. And you've made the same point. This is all you've contributed to the conversation. Shut the fuck up and let Faze Banks talk. I hate this guy. I hate him. And he's the comb his fucking hair.
so far
I hate him.
is like you're trying to make a business almost out of a fucking meme coin. And this is where I think the internet just like hates, right?
Yeah.
In reality, it's like a meme coin that should.
The internet hates when people make money at all, by the way, because they're a bunch of a lot of people on the internet are a bunch of broke fucking losers. There's that too.
Honestly belong to the internet and the community and whoever's like speculating and trading on it. But it was made into this like venture. And with that venture, now there's all these mouths to feed.
Oh, so it was set up wrong. No shit. Thanks for telling us the same thing in 13 different fucking ways, asshole.
You know, these guys with pre-sale.
Everyone has a hand in it.
Look, and then this guy again, that's why I like the guy on the left, because when this guy starts talking like an idiot, like a fucking moron, the guy all the way on the left like tries to like bring it back down to fucking reality.
You know, so
people are expecting things from you.
I hate him.
Expecting you to execute on things, like expecting a product.
A deliverable.
This guy brings it back in. He reels it in. He reels the other guy in. That's why they brought him.
All these people to feed.
That's why Trump's engaged the way that he has in his token. He hasn't really talked much about it. He's probably not going to talk a ton about it. It's out there. It's for the market.
Please.
It's for the, because they're all fucking invested. It's for the, again, they're all invested in crypto. The confidence in the market directly determines how much money they make. So like every single thing that these three guys say should be taken with a grain of salt.
It's for the market to decide.
Especially this dickhead right here.
And yeah, the more he talks about it, the more complicated it's going to be. And the more he engages with it and participates in it.
This guy should sell used cars. This guy needs to be a used car salesman. He'd kill it. Be amazing.
The more complicated it's going to.
Well, you have to understand with these vehicles, the rear main seal goes out in them a lot. Fortunately, you know, with this particular vehicle, you can just tell by the way it runs, by the way it drives, by the people. You know, we spoke with the people when we bought the vehicle in. You have my personal guarantee it's a very well maintained car. You're not going to have those rear main seal issues, and if you do have them, you know, it shouldn't cost too much to fix it. Blah blah. Like just bullshit you. Just bullshit the fuck out of you. Like just word vomit out of this guy.
Gonna be.
Hindsight's obviously 2020, but for future use, the best way to come into a new space, and specifically crypto, is to not want to make money from it and launch a coin.
For sure. To invest money into it. That's
best way would have been like, all right, this crypto thing seems cool. I'm gonna fuck around and throw a little bit of money in Bitcoin and just like maybe go to the conference. Bitcoin.
You're familiar
Nashville.
with Aiden Ross, yeah? You're familiar with Aiden Ross, the streamer?
Sure.
That's
She doesn't even know who Aiden Ross is, and you guys think that she knows everything about crypto. Get the fuck out of here. She got done dirty. She got done so dirty. She's not an internet person. Internet people think that the entire world is on the internet, and they're not. You want a good example of people on Twitter not realizing how out of the loop of reality they are? Trump winning the 2024 election. Okay? It's going to be a landslide. Everyone I talk to says they're voting Kamala. Meh, wrong. I'm not saying he should have won or shouldn't have won or who I voted for or didn't vote. That's the answer. But that's just an example of how out of touch these fucking internet spurgs are, bro. They have no clue, dude.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Sure.
That's awesome. So he's one of the biggest streamers on earth, and he's a dear friend of mine. I would even maybe go as far to consider him a brother to me. We've lived together for 2 years, and I saw his come up and I saw him explode on the scene, and we have very intimate, like, personal conversations. Obviously, he knows that I do crypto on this level, and he's had all these questions for me over the last couple weeks post Trump launch, right? About, can I do this? Should I do that? Luckily for him,
it is kind of hilarious that the president of the United States has a cryptocurrency.
He has somebody who he can trust.
We need to build a wall. And it has to be built quickly.
And we've told him all the same stuff. We're actually going to go visit him this weekend. This probably even comes out after we go visit him. But that's our whole onboarding process with Aiden. It's make a crypto Twitter, follow these accounts, join these communities, learn about it, invest.
See, I'm terrible at joining communities and building communities. Like, there is truth. That's the thing this guy's good at. He's built communities throughout the years. He's like one of the OG like internet people, like influencers. And like, I do think it, like, if you're interested in anything, it's good to like get into communities where you can like learn from other people, interact with other people that have the same interests. You're just going to naturally get better at it. That's something I've massively failed at doing with like YouTube. I like, you know what I mean? Like, I clearly am like, I just how I am, even like at work, like the job that I do is like very self-sufficient. It's a major weakness of mine. It's not that I can't work with people. I work with people, but I just struggle to work with people. I struggle, or I don't know.
Invest money into Bitcoin, and then maybe pick a couple spots that like speak to you in terms of just who you are and what you're interested in. Because then what that does is,
like, I would rather sit and fight with something all day long to know that I figured it out myself than to let someone help me resolve the issue, because I have a fucking ego problem and I need the dopamine rush of the pride of knowing that I'm self-made, which is, it's good to like be able to wipe your own ass, but it is like, I need to be able to ask people for help more.
You start to extend your network. You start to build a network of people who.
Why the fuck would I buy gold and silver? I hate when people say that to me. I will definitely 100% invest in Bitcoin before I invest in gold and silver. And I'm not a financial expert. Do not take financial advice from me. Obviously, you fucking moron if you thought otherwise. But I will invest in Bitcoin before I would invest in gold and silver. That's what I would do. And I'm not a financial advisor, and I don't know anything about finances other than the fact that I can't think of a single fucking thing that gold will do. What the fuck is it? Well, gold's good in case there's a disaster. How? The government collapsed, the economy collapses, Bitcoin's gone, and now I have 19 million fucking bars of gold. What am I gonna do with those? Throw them at people when they come take my shit? Because there's no police anymore, because nobody's getting paid, because the US dollar apparently went down to 2. But thank God I was invested in gold and silver. This doesn't even make sense to me. I think it's a scam.
Who you can learn from, and that's the biggest thing is entering a space like this.
Pieces along the way.
Yeah, entering a space like this.
Yeah, you mean like a jar juice? You mean like a 401k? Best way to invest is to have a portfolio of a lot of things. You mean like basic fucking shit, like a 401k, like having $50,000 in a 401k by the time you're 30, which most people don't do, and they work till they're like 90 and complain they'll never be able to retire. Because they fucked up. because they're fucking idiots.
Because I'm still fucking retardio when it comes to like
the world's so fucking hard, I'll never retire. That's a you problem, dude.
this whole crypto thing. But
Me too.
but and I've been doing this for 5 years. You know what I mean?
And no one knows what's gonna happen. The world could end tomorrow. But when you don't do the bare minimum, it's just like, yeah, it's like cry about it then, I guess.
I have these guys. I live with these guys. I'm fortunate enough for that.
I don't plan on working when I'm fucking 75. And I'm setting myself up to not have to fucking do that.
But that being said, I've been in here for 5 years. I could have launched an NFT project last cycle and probably printed 8 figures on it. Safe to say, yeah?
Yeah, because humans have monkey brain and say shiny, and then they like fucking murk you over it.
Yeah. And I didn't, right? Because I just knew, the longer term play is to just participate.
I'll invest in giant barrels of gasoline before I invest in gold.
There's going to be opportunities for all of us because this is where the future is being built, is crypto.
I have a gold ring. You guys want to see it? Nah, later. Yeah. I got excited.
If you're not learning about crypto or AI, I really hope whatever you're doing, you're totally fucking in love with, because everybody else is fucked. Yeah, this is where it's at. This is where the future is.
It does make me feel better, like hearing y'all talk, but like y'all know everything. Like I feel like y'all do everything the right way.
Mm-hmm.
No, she looks very good in this. She looks very, very, very good through this lens.
But I don't want to.
She's this. I don't know why they deleted it. It makes her look really, really good.
Not everything.
Too much in that because I thought my guy was doing everything the right way.
Again, not everything. Again, like I said, my entry to crypto was similar. You know what I mean? It was.
You had to learn from it, though.
For sure, and those are the.
And you got a good team with you too. I had a dumb.
She got fucked. She hired a team to help her vet the crypto people. The crypto people were referred to her by somebody she met growing in media, which was probably some like successful media personality. She's not allowed to say. And despite all of that effort, it was still a fucking blowout.
Ass worker.
So her like she hired people specific, like she got fucked, man. She got fucked. That doesn't absolve her of accountability, but she got fucking screwed over.
For sure.
Oh,
taken advantage of.
Again, that best case scenario, dream scenario, Frank's suggestion unironically is fucking 10 out of 10 perfect, I think, in my opinion.
I think the reason he suggested to take the money.
What did Frank suggest? He suggested putting the $250,000 in the token and then locking it, but then it was found out that 80% of the token is still owned by the scammers. So if she invests the $250,000, I don't know shit about finance or fucking Bitcoin, but logically, I would say if she buys $250,000 worth of this coin, the price will go up. And when the price goes up, the scammers that are still holding 80% of the asset will buy it and drop it. What am I missing? What was the good plan? That makes her look good. Like she's trying to do something. I don't know.
That you earned to put it back in the token. One, it probably feels like blood money. I'm not even sure you want the money.
Dirty.
You don't want that money.
Okay, so gold's the best conductor of electricity. Okay, well if that's your logic, then why don't I just buy a bunch of quartz? Because quartz makes electricity. Checkmate. Just you're like reciting like old people commercials. Buy gold and silver by
That money is gross. Two, it's sort of like
okay, it's the best conductor. Great, that's fantastic. Copper will jump my car just as well.
You could kind of say anything. Like we could say whatever on this podcast.
Copper's also more durable than gold.
And apologies are
so even though it's not as good of a conductor, it'll last longer. Checkmate.
Helpful and it goes some distance, but to actually put the money back in and be like, I didn't make any money from this, and for the people that are,
they don't use quartz in computer chips, Joe. You're wrong. You're literally fucking wrong. Quartz is used to make all types of solid state components. Now you're entering my realm. Now you are entering my area of expertise. You will lose here. This is where you will begin to lose the battle. Take it away from here.
They're down. Like, this is the best thing I can do to help you and sort of wipe my hands clean and say that you tried is definitely number two, the best thing you could do. And I think the third is like, it probably feels really weird and uncomfortable right now, even to be talking, we're these weird guys.
I don't know, dude. Bitcoin's at like 80K. I think Bitcoin's got gold beat, Dave.
We just walked in, we're talking about crypto, we're saying big words. But like your life, especially being this famous person on the internet, will intersect with like the money of the internet, crypto, again at a later point, and you don't want to have this like looming elephant in the room, like uncomfortable situation, or maybe you do have a clean awesome opportunity to like help crypto and do a positive thing, but you're uncomfortable and afraid of it.
The first CPU had no gold in it. You can make like, no, you've fallen into a trap
because of like what happened.
Yeah. Again, what I said as far as how, the response from the general community, and just, there are going to be people who only saw the bad part of it and never gave a fuck enough to like explore what actually happened, right? So you're going to see comments for the rest of time about this.
I still see Logan Paul getting comments all the time.
100%. I mean,
yeah, well, Logan Paul, Logan Paul's a bit of a different situation, honey. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, these are the people that she met and she was able to like network with. Logan Paul, the worst example. I don't know anything about crypto, and I still know that motherfucker scammed everybody.
I mean, again, like I said,
but what did Logan Paul do? He paid him back.
Yeah, I mean, he had to make it right?
I don't know. I think there's a little bit more to it. Yeah, no. He didn't just pay them back. CoffeeZilla had to drag him around and fight with him. And then there was some type of forgiveness program, I'm going to call it. And now Logan's suing CoffeeZilla after admitting he was right. Dude, no. See, this is what I'm talking about. These crypto guys are invested in crypto. They don't want people getting scared off of crypto. They need it to have a positive perception. So even someone as shitty as Logan Paul is still going to get defended by these guys, because their whole thing is part of their whole thing. Not to say that there's just pure ill intention here, but a big part of this is they're probably millions of dollars invested in crypto, and them making more money is entirely dependent on whether people have confidence in crypto. So even if you bring up fucking Logan Paul, they're still like, well, he paid everybody back. Yeah, there's a little bit more to it than that. Sorry, bud.
And yeah, I don't know. It's at least when you see these comments in your own mind, you'll know that you made your best effort, and you'll.
Are you trying to troll me? Bitcoin is backed by people. Okay, yeah, everything is always, all the time. Anything that's worth money is backed by people. Everything, even gold. Okay, but government could take it away. No, what government? Bitcoin's not backed by the U.S. government. You can buy What are you talking about? You're just wrong. Even I know you're wrong. People doom Bitcoin them. Wait, heck, the people doom Bitcoin them. What are you talking about? You're falling off, dude. You're gone. You're gone. You've whisked away, bro. You've traveled away from us.
Know that your conscience is clear on it, and yeah, I can't explain to you like how important I feel like that. If you have a soul, which you feel like you have a lot of soul.
I got a soul.
Yeah,
I reckon.
it feels like you do. I reckon. I
reckon. And I know there's a lot of legal stuff. I don't even know what has to get figured out in the background, but let it be known it was Frank D. God's suggestion. I think it's the best one.
No, I think so too. And I don't want anybody to misconstrue any of this as like us fucking like letting you off the hook or like pretending like.
You don't have the ability to let her off the hook. You don't have her on the hook, Faze Banks. Sorry. You didn't do terrible here. I thought this was a productive conversation, but like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm talking out of my ass too much. He might be that big of a influence in the crypto space where like that needs to be said, to be fair, to protect his own image.
Done wrong. You definitely did a lot of things wrong here. Most things wrong here. But in our opinion, there is a way to fix it. I think that's the next steps. I think focusing hard on fixing it above all else. Fuck all the legal shit. Fuck any partners that led her to slaughter on this. Like, with all due respect, fuck all those people.
Word.
And get to a
even the people sitting in the room from her team
place where you
no, they did fuck her. If they knew that they didn't fucking know crypto, they should have fucking gotten somebody that they knew crypto. But it's probably a niche space to like get into. You know, how do you even find a crypto guy that actually knows what they're talking about, right? How many people have legitimately launched a crypto
where you can, feel good about where things are at, and maybe even get to a place where the market feels good about where things are at. That would be obviously ideal. So hard focusing on that. The whole conversation we've had with you guys have been very forthcoming. Even you coming on the show, numbers, being transparent, off camera.
Well, we don't have nothing to hide
no,
either.
That's how it needs to be, right? Like that's the whole point.
Do you have any other questions?
How's Pookie doing?
Pookie lost money in it too.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
Pookie, poor Pookie.
He said, "How are you gonna take my money?" I said, "I didn't do it."
That's so sad. That's so sad.
He still gives me shit about it all the time. He's like, "Yeah, I wish I had much." Can I say how much?
Yeah.
I wish I had my $300 back. I was like, well.
That's funny.
Yeah, me too.
Did you put money in it too?
I'm joking.
I think we all figured.
We definitely did it. We definitely did it.
I got one more question. Are those real screws in your ears?
No, they're not. There's a little bar between.
I thought those were so fucking cool.
You like 'em?
I looked over, I was like, those gotta be real screws.
Yeah, shout out Christian Stark. He made these for me.
I feel like it wouldn't be an episode to talk to if I didn't ask my last question. Do I ask it 3 times?
Just ask it.
I'll go around the room. What's one move in bed that makes a woman go crazy?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
That's the question that she got asked for Hawk 2 and spit on that
I hit
thing.
you with the final question.
Frank, what's your answer?
No, you gotta go first.
The Hawk Tuah.
I'll go last. It's the forehead kiss, nose kiss. Kiss
There you
each one of
go.
their eyeballs. Tell them they're sweet. Turn their head. You have amazing bone structure. You have a beautiful side profile. Squeeze them. Tell them you love them. And then, then you can have.
There you go. He's a.
I just watch Ricky and do whatever he does.
I'm the Osama bin Laden of love bombing.
Okay.
What, dude? I'm fucking Osama bin Laden of love bombing. Is that why the episode got taken down?
We got that. It's been a pleasure to meet you. You really are a sweetheart. And we're here now. So you have my number.
thank
Hit me up for anything. This is a wacky world you found yourself in.
You're not
A
kidding.
fun one though.
And it's only going to get crazier. And it's very, very important, not even just in crypto, that you have people in your life that you can lean on and ask for advice to. And I play that role for a lot of people in this industry. And it's what I'm most passionate about. Peace, love, and Haley Welch. Hawk Tuah. I love you.
I love you.
Cool.
Nah, I mean, I don't know, man.
Hello, guys.
She looked good through that. I think she got fucked. Based on the vibe checks and the story seeming reasonable, Haley Welch gets the MeJoeShmoe seal of approval for now. If there's any more bullshit, that will be unacceptable. But no, it seems like she got screwed over. She hired a team to help her. She hired a fucking team and everything. She clearly got referred to these crypto guys by someone that's respectable. I will go on a limb and say that. I mean, she's talking to super high finance people, super high profile people. On top of that, she hired a team of people that vetted and negotiated the contracts with these crypto people. And despite all of that, she still got fucked. I mean, she definitely did due diligence. I mean, maybe she could have done things, she could have maybe looked into it a little bit more personally, yada, yada, yada. But she definitely did do due diligence. There was an effort put in. You hire fucking a lawyer, you hire experts, and they tell you everything's all good. I mean, I'm sure even if she asked like Logan Paul or even like Mark Cuban, these guys are all crypto dudes. They think crypto is cool. They like crypto. I'm sure that all these people, and then well, I tried to message you. FazeBanks tried to message you. Dude, she's a normal person. She's not an internet person. All of the professional people that she hired are telling her that this is an okay thing to do. And some guy named FazeBanks on Twitter is trying to tell her not to do it. Yeah, I wouldn't listen to you either. And to act like she should know who FazeBanks and CoffeeZilla are is you need to go outside more and interact with real people. You're an internet person. You don't understand that the way that not everybody knows about Crypto Zoo and Dink Doink, Wonder if she can make a comeback. She definitely can. She's definitely capable of it. People like her, and the right people like her. She's not like an internet, she's not like hardcore internet audience. She's very normie, people that would be forgiving. But yeah, why did this get deleted? I'm going to look into that right now. Let's see what FazeBanks had to say. Let's go on Twitter. Hold on, guys. She looked great. Hawk Tuah Haley Welch looked really good in the deleted video we just watched. So maybe FazeBanks is pissed off. I don't know. Let's check out FazeBanks. FazeBanks. Oh my God. When did that leak? Guys. Oh my God. So this is his what is his statement. It gets better. There's a punchline here. This is a funny thing here, okay? Because that's how I found out about this, because a bunch of people were like blowing up, like Faze Banks apart. Faze Banks talking to Hawk Tuah. It was like a big thing. That's how I heard about it. So Faze Banks Twitter. So in an attempt to hear Haley Welch's side of the crypto scam story, I agreed to do her first podcast back. I had heavy stipulations, including not allowing marketing to be manipulated by leaking this episode existence before a resolution was found. Her team finding a real solution regarding the money she made, what the hell? Did I drink too much? Her team finding a real solution regarding the money that she made, where that should go, and what to do with the Hawk project moving forward. These were non-starters, and we were told this episode would only ever see light of day if we explicitly greenlit it. Why were these non-starters? These incompetent retards leaked and or inside trader. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, so something did. These incompetent retards leaked and or inside traded the token. We noticed a random spike in volume on the coin 2-2, along with random messages asking us if we did the podcast. Oh no. So there's allegations of insider trading through Haley Welch's team. That doesn't necessarily mean it was Haley Welch. It could have been her team because the lawyer was in there as well. But this isn't good. She did really well on that podcast. Random messages asking us if we did the podcast. Very clearly her team was not as solid as they claimed to be. Clearly not, if this is true. They completely blew it, and we called the episode off right then and there. So again, Faze was like very careful with his IP here. That's good. That's good on Faze. He was like, nope, fuck you, I'm out. Nah, this doesn't look good, man. It doesn't mean it was Haley Welch. She could still... Well, you gotta remember, this is the same team around Haley that approved the coin to begin with. So it doesn't mean that Haley... It does not mean that Haley did this. But also, like, now we need more answers. Now it's not over. Now Haley's accountable for this. Now Haley needs to come out and speak about this. Now I need to know what happened here. Or else I'm like, no, I'm retracting my seal of approval. She did come across very, very good in that podcast, but there's clearly still issues that need answers now. Now, Haley Welch, I'm going to speak to you directly and say that exact same thing I said to you on Space that night. Fire everybody. Your team's fucking retarded. Clearly, there's definitely an issue. There are people taking advantage. I still feel strongly that there are people taking advantage of this girl. And it got out that they had this podcast. And the team that's taking advantage of her, the same team that approved the podcast, the same team that approved the coin to begin with, have in mind, they inside traded, tried to make a little bit more money. It appears someone attempted to use the podcast as leverage to further profit from this coin. Yeah, she needs to clean house. She needs somebody good on her team, man. Or she just needs to calm down. She needs to slow burn. She has the podcast. At this point, fire fucking every single person on your team except for a producer and just do the podcast. And build up slowly so you know you're working with solid people. Because clearly you're either the issue, which I really don't want to believe, or you still have people working with you that are a major fucking issue, it appears. Full discourse, nobody from our team has ever and ever will own Hawk Tuah. Yes, this is just a disclosure. But this is where it gets funny. Okay, so this Hawk Tuah drama is going on, right? Haley Welch drama is going on. His very next tweet following that, with the drama and the Hawk Tuah drama, was, to be honest, I was just trying to pipe. That's fucking funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's funny. That's funny. Dude. Oh my God, this ain't it, man. Look, people are mad at him. People are mad at him. This ain't it, man. With your type of money settling for her. Oh, bro, will you go for anything? What about her boyfriend Pookie? She had to go back to, oh no, Faze. Faze fucking killed her on the timeline. That's just funny. That's just funny. It's just a laugh. It's just a ha funny. You know? That is funny though. When I saw that, I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna read all this other shit, and then I'll hit him with that. That'd be funny." That's great. What else is going on? Let me snoop around here for another second. Has CoffeeZilla said anything? I don't know nothing about this shit, so let me check his YouTube. Let me check CoffeeZilla YouTube. This is actually very interesting. I'm glad I decided to go look into it. What about Voidzilla? Yeah, she blew up super fast. I think a bunch of people squeezed their fucking way in, took advantage of her. I don't see nothing new. All right, so that's that, I guess. I don't know, guys. So I don't know. I can fully believe that she was taken advantage of. She came across very good in the podcast. I want to believe her that, you know, she just has bad people that are fucking with her, that are taking advantage of her. Unfortunately, if that is the case, these people are still on her team and they're still taking advantage of her. It appears that someone, according to Faze Banks, is used the podcast with Faze Banks as leverage to try to further profit off of the Tuah coin. So if not Haley, people on her team that would have been made aware of the podcast are still taking advantage of her, trying to ride out the clock, make as much money as they can before the clock runs out. So at this point, my vibes on Haley are pretty good. Haley Welch, Tuah. I think she's definitely being taken advantage of, but I could be wrong. And after Faze Bank went public on Twitter, you know, the reasons the podcast never came out, the leveraging, the apparent use of the podcast, using it to leverage to the coin to make more money. Now, there's just more questions Haley Welch is going to have to answer for. And honestly, she needs to fire. She needs to go public with people on her team. There needs to be an investigation at this point because she needs to stop all the shit. She needs to just focus on the podcast. Fire everybody. Hire like a producer to help you do the podcast. And get all these fucking media people out of there. Anyone that could have possibly known about this coin, that could have been holding some of it, gone. That's my take on it. But my gut is telling me she's being taken advantage of. She's not. I don't think she's the person doing it anymore, but I don't know. I'm sure we'll see more about it moving forward. Yeah.